What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Real Sane here, TMT. Got my brother here.
What's up, man? It's Emmanuel the Streets, Muhammad the Khalifa, man. You can follow me on Instagram at Emmanuel the Streets. Of course, you got the realest of Sanes, man, Real Sane TV.
Yes, sir.
On IG. Representing for Time and Money TV. This is the first episode of our new podcast, Time and Money TV.
Time, money, and transportation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's going to be like our pilot episode where we're just going to be going over how we got started, a couple of the trials and tribulations that we faced, and what we got going on in the future. So, how did we get started?
We had the idea, I would say probably like 2019 when we were like formulating our plan, getting things together.
I think that was 2018.
Yeah, 2019 we was formulating things, getting our CDL, going through that whole process.
But hold on, I think we got to take them even back before that. Because if you want to start this whole business thing, we really got to go back to Tire Mecca.
Yeah, Tire Mecca, yeah.
Tire Mecca back in the days, and if you want to see that initial Tire Mecca video, you can find it. We're going to put the link right here in the description. But Tire Mecca was the first business we actually did together. Tire Mecca back in Brooklyn, in New York. And so we had a tire shop back in Brooklyn, New York. Me and Sane together. And that was our first really trial of legit business, man. Really having an EIN number and really conducting business, man. Filing taxes, the whole nine. So we had a legit tire shop. People still ask us to this day about Tire Mecca.
Yeah.
And we plan on bringing it back. So if you really want to start this journey, you got to start all the way back at Tire Mecca.
Yeah, when was that started? 2011?
Yeah, that was 2011. We started Tire Mecca in 2011. Man. Tire shop. It was a drive-through flat fix.
Yeah.
The drive-through flat fix, man, and that was our really baby step, getting our foot into the water when it comes to this business thing, and that really taught us a lot of good, some bad, but definitely a lot of lessons learned in that business, man. Tire Mecca, TireMecca.com. Can I get a witness? Yeah, man. We used to make songs and everything back in the shop, man. Good days.
Definitely good days. A lot of, like you said, a lot of learning experiences, man. We had to go through, man. Like just starting it and having different employees. You had a lot of things happen at that shop, man.
We always say if we would have had a YouTube or a podcast back then, we'd be millionaires, man. Because every day it was something, bro.
Every day.
Every single day, man. We should have had a TV show, man. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's why we're doing this right now, because ain't no more shoulda, woulda, coulda, man. That's it. Now is the time, man. Take advantage of every second, bro. Yeah. Don't let it pass you and say you shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oh, man, I could have had 1 million subscribers by now, man. You coulda, woulda, shoulda, man. Don't nobody want to hear that.
Exactly. Just started right now. Started right now. Exactly what we doing, man.
Started right now. So through that whole process, that ended, I would say, 2014.
Yeah.
Actually, some Jewish people came and bought the land, which we shoulda, woulda, coulda bought, but we didn't. They bought us out of our lease, We divvied out the money, and then I actually ended up moving to UAE, to Dubai. Young Sane went on to start his career in construction.
Yeah, I was grinding in construction, man, with my uncle Musa, man. Yeah, man, it was a long grind. I did that for about like a consistent 5-6 years, yeah.
Now, what's the importance of that? Before you can even think about starting a business, you have to have some money.
Mm-hmm.
So there usually comes a job and a grind to save your money in order for you to get the initial money you need to start your business. So even though we stopped our business from Tire Mecca in 2014, which we started with a loan from our sister, shout out to Salima, a loan from Salima for about $10,000, $15,000. That's what got us started in business in the first place. But then once that business dissolved, we still went on to work. We're going to get another tire shop. That was our plan in the back of our head the whole time, was we're going to reopen Tire Mecca.
Yeah.
But when I was in the oil field, I saw something what you call a hot shot.
Yeah.
I saw the hot shots and the dually trucks coming and bringing equipment to the oil rigs. And I told Sane, man, hey, you know what a hot shot is? He was thinking about trucking, which he was doing his own research on, and I was thinking about hot shot because I saw a hot shot come to the rig I was working on.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started researching, and next thing you know, the first step after that was to get your CDL.
Yeah, get the CDL.
Yeah.
And I actually started working for a company.
But before that though, we was like, we didn't want to go to school. Cause we was like, man, I'm not about to pay no $5,000, $6,000, $7,000.
I actually didn't know until you told me. I didn't know about. A lot of people still don't know about it to this day.
You can get your CDL without going to school. And we're gonna have a whole nother video on that. We're not gonna get into that right now.
Like the whole time.
But we found out how to get your CDL without going to school.
The whole time, man, I'm like, man, how am I gonna pay for this school? Man?
Like
It's
$7,000.
It started at like $3,500, but they go up to like $7,500. I'm thinking like, man, how can I get a loan? Can I get financial aid? I'm just thinking.
And that holds a lot of people back.
Yeah, for sure.
Most people are like, man, I know I ain't even trying to pay no $7,000 for no CDL. I gotta go to school. They just make it seem a lot harder than it is, which it really ain't that hard, bro. We can tell you exactly how to get your CDL within a month without going to school.
Step by step, we've already done it.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
No, even Ali did it.
Yeah.
3 people.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Musa did it. That's 4 people. So it's like 5, 6 people that done went this route already.
Yeah, including us, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's something we can teach you, and that's what we plan on bringing to this channel is a way to replace your time with money, right?
Yeah.
So if you're using your time, you're not wasting it. If you're using your time to translate into something that's beneficial,
Yeah, for sure.
knowledge or information that leads to financial stability, man, because it's all about generational wealth. So that was the first step, was getting your CDL, and we was apprehensive about doing it because we didn't want to go to school, which nobody does.
Yeah.
I go to school and pay $7,000 and then be committed to a company for like 2 years. You got to sign contracts, blah, blah, blah. So we figured out a way how to get your CDL without going to school.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about it, man, this is how you know this was meant for us. We end up getting our CDL on the same exact day.
Yeah. See, that doesn't sound as crazy until you think about he was in Dallas at the time, and I'm all the way in New York, New Jersey. So it's like to have it happen at the same day and go through the same process of not going through school and to get your license on the same day. It's like it would just
It's
mess me
impossible.
up.
Yeah, because you got to schedule these tests and everything, and you got to do the pre-trip, and I had failed once, and
I failed once.
yeah. So this was going on 2 different states at 2 different times, 2 different DMVs, 2 different Department of Transportations, everything. But it ended up being that the day we actually got the license was the same exact day.
Yeah.
That's the first thing we did. The next thing we had to do, we was also working on our credit too. That's a whole another separate video we're gonna be bringing to you.
Yeah.
We were working on our credit because that's the way we're able to afford the truck in the first place. We were able to get the truck in the first place. We didn't buy the truck cash up front. So we had been working on our credit the whole time. There's a whole system you can go through no matter what your credit is right now. We got a whole system you can go through to build yourself up. Within 6 months, you can have your credit good enough to get a truck and a trailer.
Yeah.
Get a job, save some money, build your credit. So that was our goal, and that was our mission, and that's what we were implementing. So we had our credit straight enough to where we went through. I'm gonna give you a little secret right here. This is a sneak peek into the next one.
I don't even know if you should.
They ain't ready for that?
Nah.
I can't give. Stay tuned.
Yeah. We're gonna break down that whole thing, man.
I'm gonna break it down for you. If we can do it, anybody can do it. You talking to 2 dudes who didn't we have like a renter center back in the day?
Had all type of
Renter center with the 60-inch TV that was like, yeah. You talking
folks
to
knocking on the door.
everything, man. This is the type of people you talking to.
Yeah.
If we could do it, you could do it. Right now, we sitting here a year into our first truck. When did we get our first truck? Actually,
First truck, 2020.
May,
something like May, yeah.
May.
May.
And right now it's July 2021. We had 4 trucks with TMT on the side in 1 year.
Yeah.
And we can show you the process to where you can repeat and replicate our steps without having some of the pitfalls, because we're going to also talk about that in this episode, some of the pitfalls that we went through.
Yeah.
So we built up our credit, which I'm going to give you that in the next video. We ended up getting the first truck. We got our authority. We're going to help you do that, all that. You got to get your own authority.
Yeah.
See, you got 2 options once you get a truck. You could lease on to somebody, or you could get your own authority. And I'm going to tell you the quick difference between leasing on to somebody and getting your own authority. When you got your own authority, it's your own company, it's your own business. You're running your own loads for yourself.
Your own insurance.
Your own insurance, your own DOT number, your own IFTA, your own taxes, your own everything. It's your total trucking company. When you lease onto somebody, you just have the equipment. So then you become what some companies deem as an owner-operator. Owner-operator, where it's their DOT number, their authority, their IFTA, their insurance, and you are paying to work under those names and those numbers. So it's called leasing on, because you pay a lease fee. Usually it could be anywhere from 20% that you give that company up to 30%, depending on the agreement that you have.
Yeah, there's benefits. There's benefits in both. There's benefits to both.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
They secure your loads.
Yeah.
So the lease companies like you work for, they kind of secure your loads and make sure that you always have work. So
But yeah, that was the route I was trying to go, was to lease onto a company. I thought that it would be easier, like you have less on you, less stress on you to have to deal with all the paperwork, deal with your loads and all that stuff.
That's another key thing, man. Everybody wants to do something on their own, but what we figured out was that if we did it together, we could build something much bigger than we could independently.
Mm-hmm.
So we came together because he was going to lease on to Snyder. That was one option. Or another option was I was going to formulate a company, let him lease on and have his own trucks, and I have my own trucks and blah, blah, blah. But we said, you know what? We'll be much more effective if we both formulated one company, and then together we could build it much larger than we could independent companies on our own. So leasing on is a good option if you don't have any help, or if you kind of unsure. We were unsure too, but we just dove out there in the deep end, you know what I mean? And there's benefits and there's setbacks because we didn't know everything that we know now. And there was some stagnation at the beginning. When we first got the truck and the trailer, it wasn't like we just started, because we didn't perfect the process. We had to find out how to get your authority. We had to put in paperwork. We were waiting. Remember something we was waiting for like months.
Was it the tags? No.
It was the tags. It was the IRP.
Yeah.
The plates. You got to get a portion. You got to get a portion plates. And so we didn't put it in right, or we actually hired a company to do it for us.
Yeah, they kept procrastinating.
Yeah, and they didn't put in the paperwork right.
Months,
yeah, they put in the paperwork wrong, and then so we actually had to wait months. We had the truck, we had the trailer, sitting for like a couple months. He was still working at Snyder. I just so happened to be getting unemployment, which kind of like saved my butt. But yeah, I'm sitting and making sure that we're getting started. He didn't leave his job yet because we wanted started working. So we got the truck, we got the trailer. I'm still working on the paperwork. He's still working at Snyder. And so a couple months pass, we finally get going. Now this is coming from two dudes. He had a little bit of experience, but he's not with me at the time. I don't have any experience driving a truck. I just got my CDL on my own. So I didn't have no training, no experience, got my CDL on my own. I drove a couple dually trucks when I was in the oil field and some trailers, so I kind of a little bit knew, but not enough to be on my own, to be honest with you. So this was a big mistake. If we could go back, you probably want to have somebody with you who got some experience to train you. Don't go this route.
Yeah, don't just jump out there, hop in the trailer and a brand new truck and trailer and just think you just gonna everything's just gonna go 100% right now. It don't work like that.
Yeah. So one of a few mistakes that we made. That was one of the big mistakes we made, was getting out there, and thank God it didn't end up shutting our business completely down, but it kind of did for a while. Got out there and didn't really know what I was doing. Ended up getting a big insurance claim in the beginning because I actually hit a tree. I didn't have a GPS.
But
I didn't have a GPS. Let me correct it. I didn't hit a tree. A tree fell on me. I was driving. Tree fell on me. Blah, blah, blah. But I didn't have a GPS to let me know which roads was better to go on, which roads wasn't. So you gotta make sure you have a trucker GPS. You can't go off the iPhone. I would have known this if I was trained properly, but I kind of trained myself. So you can get your CDL on your own, but you are going to want somebody who knows a little more, or to really watch videos more in depth to know you need to have a trucker GPS. And we have this on our Instagram page. By the way, follow if you're not. Time is Money TV on Instagram. We do have 5 steps to keep yourself safe as a trucker. And one of them, I think the first one is, make sure you have a trucker GPS.
Trucker GPS. That's the first thing you want to get, man. First thing you want to get. It keeps you away from them low bridges, low hanging trees.
You was telling me that, but we just didn't have the funds to really get what we needed. You was telling me to make sure.
And I'm on the other side. I'm all the way in New Jersey, and I'm just thinking like, man, what the heck is he doing down there? Because you don't really know until you in the truck, because it's different from driving a drive van.
It's the same height at all times.
It's always the same height. You don't ever have to, you should always, when you got the cars, you should keep the height stick. to measure your height.
That's another thing, height stick. Gotta make sure you had a height stick.
Yeah.
I was riding without a height stick.
Yeah,
because I didn't know.
And then you could just input it into your GPS and it'll keep you away from it.
Yeah, you input the height. Cause see, with cars, you got different heights of different cars. So when you load the top of a car hauler, it could be 14 feet today, it could be 13.6 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you want to input that height into your GPS so that way it'll take you only on routes where you can fit. It won't take you on the low bridges. It won't take you on residential streets where it may have low trees and stuff like that. You still got to watch for the trees no matter what. Because the tree could be hanging low and boom. And that's what happened on that day.
Especially where we deliver. We do a lot of home delivery and things like that. So sometimes we got to call in advance to meet other places, you know what I'm saying? So you definitely want to keep that in mind too. But
another hazard is ditches. So you learn this even when you go on a driving test, you got to make wide turns. But you tend to forget that when you're new. All new drivers, you still got to remind them, hey, make sure you're doing your wide turns. Make sure you're not going around the corners too fast. So I got caught in the ditch as well. But none of this actually shut down the business. We were still good to go. What actually shut us down was actually when Hussein came
back,
came down, came into the business, came into the company, became a company driver for TMT. And one day, out of nowhere,
just happened to be driving, and a truck was in front of me. He swerved past me, and then came back and just sideswiped the whole truck. We're gonna put the pictures.
Look at these pictures, man.
Yeah, we're gonna put the pictures.
Look at these pictures. I don't know where they go yet, but they're going somewhere. Look at these pictures, man. Yeah, they got us, and it was a hit and run. They ran away.
Hit and run.
Another key learning point. What do you need to avoid that situation?
Definitely need the dash cams, man.
You need the dash cams.
If you can, get the 360s with the side view as well.
Yeah, you gotta have your dash cams. Very important investment. Dash cams. So right now we learned 3 investments that we needed to start the game, which we didn't have, and a 4th one is coming. But number 1, you need your trucker GPS. Number 2, you need your height stick. Because that goes with the trucker GPS to put in your height. Number 3, you need your dash cams. Facing forward, the side. If you can get the whole 360, even better. So nobody can do a hit and run on you.
If we would have had that, we would have been able to get the license plate, and it would have been,
that would have. Who knows where we'd be at?
Yeah. So with that, we sat for, I want to say, 7 months.
During COVID. So the other thing to note is that we started our business in the midst of COVID. March 2020 is when we actually got the truck around there.
Right in the middle.
Right in the beginning of COVID.
Right in the beginning.
So everything took a while. So those papers we were talking about earlier probably took longer because of COVID. And now this accident with the car, with the truck, probably took longer because of COVID. But God is so merciful that as soon as we got into that accident, we leased on another truck. Like the same week.
Yeah, pretty much. We was actually supposed to meet with him that next day before we got the accident. Supposed to lease on the brother Abdullah. But and then it just all happened to just fall in place where we, were able to replace that truck with another one to keep the business rolling.
And it just so happened that this person who leased on is actually not a driver. So we are the drivers for his truck, and we have an agreement where he's leased on to our company, but he doesn't drive his own truck. And so you have also those type of people who may want to lease onto your company or may be interested in having a truck and experiencing the trucking business, but they don't have any interest in driving themselves. So we actually will provide a driver. So if you have a truck and a trailer, or if you just have a truck and you need a trailer, or if you have a truck and trailer and you're a driver, whichever way you want to slice it up, time is money can help you.
Yeah, for sure.
Trucking is what we do. We provide drivers, we provide equipment, and we're just going to make sure you stay on the road and keep making money.
That's a big thing now. A lot of people looking for that passive income, you know what I'm saying, where they don't really have to touch anything, where they just have that money coming in monthly, whether it be $1,000, $3,000, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? It's that extra money.
But think about it this way. If you can get a truck and a trailer for $100,000, which is a lot, you can get a brand new truck and a brand new trailer for under $100,000. And you can make $2,000, $2,500 a month off of it. That's more than you would make if you invested in the house.
On top of your,
it's profit. It's profit. You can make $2,500, $3,000 a month off of that. Now, what house can you buy for $100,000 where you can get $2,500 to $3,000 in profits? So after your payments, first of all, you got to pay the bank back, probably. Even if you own it, let's say you own it outright, you bought it for $100,000 cash. Can you get $3,000 back?
Now, the most you can get out of one of them properties is maybe $1,500.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's probably like a one family.
Now you are building equity in the house because the equipment is going to diminish in value while a house is going to appreciate in value. But even with that being considered, all the extra money that you're making per month with the truck is gonna far outweigh what you can make with a house.
And it doesn't stop you from upgrading your equipment. You can always upgrade.
Yeah, you can trade it in. And then when you own it, it's still valuable. Like, you can find 5-year-old trucks with 200,000 miles on it still selling for like 30 grand. You know what I mean? So it's not like that just goes to zero.
Yeah.
Work trucks really do hold their value pretty good compared to like just regular. I want to say,
Just like privately owned.
yeah, privately owned vehicles, not commercial. So commercial vehicles do hold their value a lot.
Leisure vehicles, just one that you just drive to work or
Yeah. Yeah. So we leased on Brother Abdullah. We got Brother Abdullah truck working. A few months go by, we get our IFTA stickers. We finally able to go out of state. You can't go out of state until you get your IFTA. And that was an issue during COVID because everything was just set back, as you know. So we finally got our IFTA stickers. We're able to go out of state.
Yeah, that time was pretty rough.
That was rough.
Just to skip over that little part, just the local runs, we learned about that too.
Yeah, local runs. We was doing runs from Dallas to Houston, to the port in Houston, back and forth, like daily.
Yeah.
You know, loading 5, man. We worked our ass off, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that was a lot of work, man.
That was training.
Yeah, that was good. That was the best training, actually.
That was the best training, yeah. The best training. And now we know exactly what to do. It's like if somebody tried to get in this, I could give you step by step how exactly what you need to do, you know, to get you from point A to point B. I'd ride with you a couple times, make sure you know what you're doing. That's why it's best. I would advise anybody starting this to lease on with the company. If you don't have any experience doing it, contact us, TMT, lease on with us. We're gonna show you exactly. It's well worth the money because the money you're gonna save. We lost a truck for 7 months based off of inexperience, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
We could have leased on to somebody, and if it could have saved us those 7 months, then we probably would have been better off. So it's not a bad idea to lease on with somebody. Get your foot in the game, learn how to do it, and then jump out there. You know what I mean? It's not always best to just jump out there when you're not prepared. You know, proper preparation prevents poor performance.
And we also have employment opportunities too. If you're not ready to even lease on it, you can get that experience with being a driver.
Yeah, everybody don't have the money to buy a truck and a trailer, or have the credit, or have the situation, and are not even interested, because it still comes with a lot of responsibility.
It definitely does.
We definitely hiring drivers all the time, and our pay is very competitive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we'll get you your CDL. We'll help you do that. We'll
get paid for your training.
Yeah, the whole nine. So contact us if you're interested in driving. If you think that, hey, trucking is for you, it's a good way to save your money. It's a good amount of money. I'm talking about, can't give you specific numbers here on this video, but contact us and we can talk about numbers.
For sure.
Yeah. So we got that truck. We learned. We got going. It's our second truck, even though our first truck is in the shop. Our first truck finally comes out of the shop, I think January 2021. So that's this year.
Yeah.
January 2021, our second truck comes out of the shop. But before that even comes out of the shop, Anwar signed on with us, the black truck.
Yeah, before the shop got out.
Yeah, before our first truck got out the shop, Anwar leased on with us. Anwar leased on with us with the black truck. You'll see it in some of my videos. Matter of fact, we put a picture right here. The black truck. So we had the black truck. So that's the third truck number 3, the black truck. And we have a lot of knowledge at this point, so we leasing on people. We leased on Anwar. He got a black truck. He did the same steps we went through. We got his stuff a lot quicker.
Yeah, his came a lot quicker.
Yeah, he was in the game, and as soon as his got really going, then our third truck came back. So we have 3 trucks all on the road at the same time. Hussein is driving one, I'm driving another one, Anwar's driving the third one, and we're training our employee right now, which is Isaiah. Shout out to Isaiah, man. He's still working with us.
For sure.
We're training him at this point. So Sane and Isaiah. Ali came on with us, who's still with us. He's training. He's still training right now. He's with me. Hussein and Isaiah, me and Ali, and Anwar had got trained up, and he was on his own at that time. I had trained him for a little bit before our first truck was ready.
Yeah, he was rolling too.
Rolling. He was doing, I want to say 5K a week. 5K a week. After profits, it was probably like 35. I would say 35 to 4,000 a week, because we had. Only thing he really had to pay for was his gas. He got his own fuel card. We gave him a fuel card, but he decided he wanted to use his own fuel card.
You know, he had to pay for his insurance and stuff like that.
Yeah, but we took it out.
Yeah.
So after it was all said and done, he was like about 35 to 4,000, somewhere around 3,000 to 4,000 a week in profits. Yeah. It's straight profits. Yeah. And he did have to pay for his vehicle. So I don't know exactly what he paid for his vehicle. It might have been like $1,000 a month. Yeah. So if you want to take out $250 a week, out of that 3,500. He was somewhere between three and 4,000.
Like somewhere between three. Yeah.
3,000 and 4,000 a week he was making in profits. And he worked with us for a good, I want to say 2 months.
Yeah.
And then he went on vacation back to his country, and he wanted to, because he wasn't originally from America. He's actually here on a visa, so he went back to his country and he decided to sell his truck and take his money and invest it back in his country. So fortunately, he's not with us anymore, but it was a great experience. He learned a lot, we learned a lot, and we made some money in the meantime.
Yeah.
So we sold him the trailer that he had, but when he got out of the business, we bought it back from him.
We bought
The trailer back from him. So this whole time now, we were getting our second trailer made, our own second trailer made, which is an enclosed trailer, which is going to hit the set channel real soon. You're going to see the whole completion of this enclosed trailer. This is a whole different avenue than open car hauling, which is what we do. Got the enclosed
for four vehicles. Yeah.
Crazy.
So we're gonna be like pretty much stepping up our customer base. You know, it's a whole different avenue, a whole different whole different field. You know what I mean? Different cars you're gonna be transporting. It also comes with a higher risk too. You're transporting sometimes $1 million cars. It could be anywhere from 100,000 to $1 million car. So that comes with a different set of obstacles. But we looking forward to it for sure.
But the crazy thing about it is that we almost got an enclosed trailer to start. If it wasn't for Sane, we probably would. I was trying to get it enclosed from the get go, because I'm just all the way.
I'm more of practical.
That's why I paid
more practical type of.
Yeah, it's a yin and a yang. I was just like, man, let's go. We wasn't ready at all. We wasn't even ready for the open, but we definitely wasn't ready for the enclosed because we didn't know nothing about nothing. So I'm glad we didn't get the enclosed, but to have that mindset to start with, we knew that hey, we already was preparing ourselves to get one because we wanted it, but we weren't ready for it. So Sane kind of brought us back down to earth. We got the open. We started with the open car hauling, but I already had the connection. Like I already contacted this person that we got it made from, which is Millennium Trailers. I already had contacted them from the beginning because I was interested in getting one. So when it came time to us to actually get our second trailer, then we contacted them again, and now it's actually ready as we speak. We're going to pick it up. Today's Sunday. We're going to pick it up Monday, tomorrow. So
it's in Indiana.
Indiana, Elkhart, Indiana. That's where they got it.
So we gotta take a little ride. We're gonna shoot that whole thing too. So man, y'all stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned to the channel. We got a lot of heat coming. This is just an introduction video. So that brings us up to basically to current day.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Basically to current day. 4 trucks deep. Anwar had.
We had another little adversity too. They had the truck, the transmission.
Oh, the transmission, that's what's going on with the truck right now.
That's going on with our second truck. With the second truck,
Brother Abdullah truck.
Transmission.
Brother Abdullah truck, transmission.
Still under warranty, but it's going on 2 months now.
Going on 2 months, Been down for almost 2 months. So we never really have had everything that we got. We had it once, everything going at the same time. It's been one bump after the other, but we still rocking, we still rolling, we still climbing the ladder, even with the adversities. And that's the video I made the other day, which if you're not able to handle adversities, you might as well not get started, especially in the trucking business. There's going to be a lot of adversity. It's not the adversity itself which tells the story, it's how you respond to it. Your response is going to tell the story of how your business goes. When adversity comes, are you going to fold or are you going to stand up? We stood up tall and strong on every single adversity. We took it in stride. And we kept going, we kept fighting, and here we are today. Even though a truck is down, we're only currently operating 1 truck. The person who we leased on sold their truck and got out of their business. And our trailer is just ready to be made. We have a truck and a trailer. This is our second truck and trailer that we own ourselves. And the one that we had leased on is down with a transmission issue. So, that's what's going on right now.
So that brings us to today, man. So y'all got the whole history, man. That's pretty much it.
Going back from the first TMT, the Mecca of tires. That's how we got the TMT. We wanted to keep the TMTs true to its name, the Mecca of tires, which was our first business. We called it Tire Mecca, but it was also the Mecca of tires, which was TMT. And it's a funny story how I became the Mecca of tires. We had people trying to get at us for Tire Mecca, so then we got a whole new license as the Mecca of tires.
We had to switch it
we
up.
had to switch it. We was just rookies to the game, man. But we've never been afraid to take chances. And that's what being an entrepreneur is about, taking chances, taking risks. But when you see the reward, it's so satisfying because you went out there, you put your best foot forward, you took the chance, and you made it through, man. So we appreciate you making it through this video. It's a lot more coming from Time is Money Transportation, Time is Money TV, Time, Money, and Transportation. We out for now. Anything else you got, Sane?
Nah, that's it, man. Just keep fighting through that adversity, man. It's always a life learning lesson that you could come out of it with, man. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So until next time, man, I'm Real Sane.
I'm Imam of the Streets. You can follow us on IG at Real Sane TV, at Imam of the Streets.
Yes, sir.
And we out. Time is money, man. We ain't gonna waste no more. Ah!